Great All Mindsetters, welcome to your Life Sciences show. It's 6 o'clock, so that means you're at Looney. And Aslam! The hoodie's back. My real G.
I see your singing voice is back.
Because there are peoples here. You have a young entourage.
They must know, yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing today?
Today, we're playing games.
We're playing games.
Yeah. Today we're doing exam questions paper 2. Mindsetters, I know some of you haven't written the exams yet. You're not writing the exams. Last week we covered paper 1. I'm hoping that you watched and you took notes and so on. This is paper 2. We don't have a show after this. So when you're writing on whenever you're writing. So this is the time that you're going to have to concentrate. There will be obviously shows taking place till next week. Revision shows that will be showing as well.
Okay. So guys, we've got some special guests in studio. Apparently they're teams, so they're going to tell me what team they are and where they're from, what their names are and all of that. So we're going to start with you, young man. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. You?
I'm good, thanks. So tell me what your name is and what team you're a part of.
My name is Azo. And this is the blue team.
Alright, are you guys going to win?
For sure.
Are you clever?
Kinda.
And you?
It's Mzwandile.
Yeah?
Yes, from Tutulore Secondary School.
You're also smart.
Very much.
Very smart, eh? So, yes. Gonna help your team win?
Yeah, we were born winners.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Alright, confidence. And you?
I'm busy.
You'll have to talk louder if you want to
hear.
Speak
loud. Yeah.
I'm a bit shy, but...
Don't be shy.
Then I'm representing the blue team.
Okay, you can use the mic, hey? We want to hear you. You can take the mic.
You can take the mic and pick it up and talk if you want.
Speak loudly. Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good, thanks. What's your name?
I'm Tepo.
Take the mic on the table and just speak, guys. Don't be shy. Come on. Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Tepo.
Yes, and what's your team?
This is the red team.
Alright, are you clever? Are you a smarty pants?
I would like to think that I am.
So you're gonna help your team win?
I hope.
I want to see the competition. What's your name?
I'm Bongmusampele from
Yeah.
Tutulore Secondary School. Yeah.
And you also?
I'm not
bright.
Bright, but I'm a hard worker.
You're a hard worker. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you're gonna help your team.
Yeah.
And you, like Hi there.
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Tepo.
Yes. Tepo.
Yeah, representing the red team.
Yes, and you're also gonna work as a team.
We're gonna win.
Come, I want to see.
Yeah, we're gonna win. Relax.
You're gonna win.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
All right.
You're learning how to talk here.
Yeah, because it's your entourage, your people.
Tell you the dangerous this guy.
Yeah. So Mindsetters, I hope you guys are excited for the show. It's quite fun. I haven't been on a show like this before, like where you have teams and stuff. So I hope you guys are excited, just as I am. Remember to hit us up on Facebook, on facebook.com/LearnExtra. Our Twitter handle is @LearnExtra, and you can get all the show notes, the videos, and the schedules on learn.mindset.co.za. I'll tell you about the competitions later on in the show because I want the show to start and for everybody to be in the show. So, Aslam!
I say, Looney, one thing. We haven't lost your touch.
No, never.
Welcome, Mindsetters Grade 12s. Welcome to the show, our first ever 2-team show. We've had a maximum of 3 people on the show so far. Today we have doubled that. We have 6 people and from 2 different schools, as you can see. Some of the 2 youngsters from which school again?
Tutulore Secondary School.
Tutulore.
Yes.
Tutulore, where's that? Soweto. Meadowlands, okay. These 2 youngsters, they only got through via my Facebook page. That's Aslam's Bio Spot. And with that, I put it out there. Anybody wants to come through, and they came through. Guys, you send through the help desk and others, and if you can make arrangements to come here, we will select you, and we'll start having competitions on who can qualify to come
What's
here
your
as we go
Facebook
along.
page so that they know?
Aslam's Bio Spot.
Cool.
All right. What are we doing today? We are looking at revision in paper 2, like I said, and that's all. We're not going to give a long list of what we're going to do. We're not going to list the topics, but I always like to list the topics very briefly so that you know what is paper 1 and paper 2. Guys, can you help me here, guys? A blue team.
Yes, sir.
What is the first topic there? In
First
paper
topic
2.
is Meiosis.
That's good, meiosis. Tell me something, what's peculiar about meiosis, guys, in a red team?
This when
I don't know about meiosis, but in terms of the 2 papers, what's peculiar about meiosis compared to the other topics? Aish.
Hey,
We're going to win.
Oh, we're gonna win.
We're going to win, right? Want to help them, blue team?
I think it's in terms of evolution.
No. I'm talking about meiosis. What's peculiar? What's special about meiosis in terms of the paper 1, paper 2 thing? These guys are weak. Take them out.
Yeah, no. We want the
Let's
standards,
get an
please.
substitute coming. What's peculiar, guys? Meiosis is in both papers. Remember, meiosis is in paper 1 and paper 2. Okay? And it's the same meiosis. So, what's so good about it? You learn once, you score twice. Because you're learning it only once, and they're testing you twice. 12 in the one paper, 11 in the other paper. That's 23 marks altogether. So it's something that you cannot not learn. You must learn meiosis. Right, blue team, give us the next topic. Red team.
Human evolution.
Evolution, okay. Red team,
It's genetics.
genetics. Good. Another one?
DNA, the code of life.
DNA, the code of life. Anything else we missing?
No.
Not really, right? These are the 4 topics, but they go into lots of details. This is the good thing about this particular paper too. The number of topics are less. So sometimes learners feel that they can score better in this paper, yeah. So think about that, mindsetters. You can score better here, and you got to see where your strengths are anyway, and try and score as much as you can in one of the 2 papers at least. So if something goes wrong in the other paper, at least you got a cushion to come back down. And when I say score well, I mean you must get like 110 in the one paper. So if you get 90 in the other, then you get 100 still. You know what I'm talking about. We got no room for error, guys. We need 100 marks here. 100%, not 100 marks. Good. Let's go straight to the questions, and this is where it gets interesting. Now, there was a scientist called August Weismann, 1834 to 1914. Actually, this is our challenge question. I was just joking with you. I want you to think about this throughout the show, and later when we come back, you're going to answer it for them. Okay?
Okay.
So there was a scientist called August Weismann. He wanted to check Lamarck's explanation. To do this, he cut off the tails of a number of lizards or mice, generations of mice, and looked at the offspring. His results did not support Lamarck's theory. Explain why. Now, they're not telling you what his results were. You need to use your knowledge on Lamarck's theory to come to that conclusion. Right? So that's the first one. That's question 1. Question 2 is a problem question. In other words, to solve a problem, because I haven't included a basic genetic problem in our next part. So I put this here so you can think about it. It's straightforward. Butterfly, true breeding, important word, homework. For brown color was crossed with a butterfly, again true breeding, for pink wing color. All the F1 butterflies had brown wings. That tells you something very important about dominance. Use the genetic diagram to show the F1 and F2 generation. So you have to show both. All right? So that one there we will discuss in the end, and you'll see whether you got it right or wrong. It's not an answer like this one here. It's straightforward. It just works. Here we have to show it to you on the stuff. So you think about that as you got time. During the break, you can work it out as well. Are we okay, guys?
Yes.
Sure. All right. Okay, let's move on. Now we come to the actual questions. And mindset is a reminder, and Luni's already told you, you must answer the multiple choice questions. And for the grade 12s, we've added, many multiple choice questions, one word answers, multiple matching A and B and so on. And I've also put in a dihybrid problem in there so that you can practice dihybrid as well. Okay? Phylogenetic tree below shows one interpretation of origin of humans. The dotted lines indicate the possible evolutionary relationships, and the vertical bars show the period during which the organisms are believed to have existed on Earth. All right? So they're telling you here, we're going up. It's telling you when they lived. 1 million years ago, 2 million years, 3 million years, 4 million years ago. All right? And they're showing you possible relationships as well. So obviously, homework, guys, you need to look at this diagram carefully, obviously. You need to see that. Phylogenetic tree, another name for it, by the way, just as a matter of interest, anybody? Another name for a phylogenetic tree? We call it some diagram with a C.
Fat.
We call it a. Hey, Looney, we are in trouble today.
We gon' win.
Nobody go win yet. I think we go win.
We go win.
We go win, yeah. A cladogram or a clad diagram is another name for phylogenetic tree. Do not use the word family tree. You will not get a mark for that if they ask you in a one-word answers. It's either phylogenetic tree or a clad diagram. Okay, so that's the story there. They want to know, use a diagram to identify one organism that may have competed with Homo heidelbergensis for resources. All right? So we need to look at the diagram, and we need to look at when will an organism compete with another organism? They live in the same period of time. And what would you think in this particular case, which one could have competed with them?
That will be Homo erectus.
Sorry?
Homo
Homo? Neanderthalensis. Neanderthalensis. Okay? I'm hoping Hamida is watching today because she made a meal of the other time I was talking about Neanderthalensis. So I practiced the whole week about Neanderthalensis. Huh? I'm getting it right now, I think. Hamida and her daughter had a good laugh at my expense. So we are saying that is that, but you are both wrong, so you get no points. It was Homo erectus. Okay? Why? Let's go back to this thing here. All right? There, look at that period, and look at where they are. Homo erectus is the one that's there, and if you can look further, you'll see the same things further as well. Okay? Identify the common ancestor that gave rise to both Paranthropus and Homo. So Paranthropus and Homo, we must look for them on the stuff here. Where's Paranthropus? There we go there, right? Paranthropus is around there. Where did this Paranthropus come from?
It came from there.
Where is the, and what did you say? And Homo, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So which one is a common ancestor for that one and
It's
the Homo?
Australopithecus.
Is it this one here?
No.
Can't be that one. Why
Below
not this
that one.
Why is it not this one? Remember, this one I'm giving you guys practice now, right?
Yes.
Later we're going to ask you questions like one at a time, so you're going to get points. Now we're just having practice so you can start talking. Why is it not this one?
That one gave rise to both
The Paranthropus.
Yes.
Did it give rise to Homo?
No.
No, so therefore it can't be a common. Common means it would have been linked to both of them.
Yes.
Okay? So where do we go to them?
down.
There,
Down.
isn't it?
Yes.
Can you see here? The branch is going that way, and eventually to the Homo species there, and from there to the Paranthropus there. Good? So Australopithecus afarensis. And I told you afar is a place. It's not mean far away, no? And there we got that one there. Good, so we got that one right. For what period of time did Australopithecus africanus exist on Earth? Show all working. I'm going to go straight to the answer here. We don't want to waste time for that. So we look at the time from 3 million years minus 2.4 millions, and the answer would be 0.6 million or around there, depending what you read there. Remember, they've given you a 1 point difference there. Okay, so if you work it out with 2.4. Now, if we mark in an exam, you can't say 3 minus 2.4 and get 2 and then say, but that was also in the answer. you can't get that, right? Okay? That doesn't work. If you have that, you must have the whole thing there, or can you see where the O is?
Yes.
Either or. Okay? Name one piece of evidence that could be used to prove that Africanus existed during a time period calculated in 1.3. One piece of evidence that could be used to give that there. Oh yeah, they want. You don't need the graph there. What? How would we know that it was living in that time?
We can use relative dating or
Yeah. So in other words, what we're looking at
the paleontology.
what we're looking at the paleontology. What do they look at?
They look at
Fossils.
the fossils.
So we look at the fossils and we date the fossil.
Fossils.
We can either use a relative, and the other one is a radio, carbon, or active dating. Good. We're getting there, guys. So, but the main thing is we are looking at the fossils. The evidence is the fossil, but we date it. Which organism, Homo ergaster or Homo neanderthalensis, is more closely related to modern day humans? Now let's go back there. So we look at ergaster and Neanderthal.
It will be
All right. Modern day humans is
Homo sapiens.
sapiens. Let's do that. That's modern day. So which one? They asked for ergaster, this guy here, or Neanderthalensis. Which one is closer?
Neanderthal.
Obvious, because it is a branch. They have one common there, the Heidelberg genus, that is the common ancestor, whereas Homo ergaster comes from another tree.
Yes.
In other words, it's like taking your family and asking you the question, mindsetters, if you have two brothers from one father, and then the father's brother's son, who is closer, the two brothers from the one father, or are they closer to their cousin? Obviously, the two that came from the one father there, they are closer than the one that came from the two brothers on the top, because they came from the same branch. This is what we're saying. So it's similar to a family tree in real terms, that you need to read it. So you have to follow the dotted lines in this particular case. All right. Right, there we go. Explain your answer to question 1 using information in a diagram. And there's the answer there. Homo sapiens and Neanderthalensis share a common ancestor. I would like to see what they put there. Or we can say both of them evolved from Heidelberg genus there, in that case there. Good. We move on now. Now, guys, trial run is
It's
over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the trial run is over, so I have to go back to you.
Yes. Mindset says we are going to take a break. Quick congratulations goes out to Taha Lotibela. You have won yourself a Casio calculator from the Taste Yourself competition. If you want to win and be like Tahalo, the link is on our Facebook page, so make sure you check that link out. You complete the Taste Yourself questions and you submit your entry to stand a chance to win a Casio calculator. Let's take a very quick break and we'll see you straight after this. Welcome back, Mindsetters, from the break. If you didn't watch in the beginning, we have a very fun show today. We have the red team and the blue team, and they're going to compete against each other, answering questions, all of that. I'm a bit worried, though, because the start, it was a bit...
Maybe it was just a stage fright.
No, yeah, I think, they were just acting and they were nervous, but now they're going to bring their A game, and one of them is going to win. So, Aslam...
Are we ready?
Yes.
Ready to go. Guys, just a note quickly. What did we do in the first question? We studied human evolution, right? So that's one part of evolution that we had to know. And there's more to that, because you must also learn the out of Africa hypothesis. Maybe somewhere later there's a question on it, maybe not. But remember, it doesn't mean the questions we have here are only the things that you need to know for paper 2. We cannot put every question from every section, we'll never go through. In fact, the questions we have here, we hope to get through all of them, okay? And remember, because we're putting it to the learners as well, it takes a little bit longer. So you be with me, okay? Study diagram below showing structures of different organisms. So they're giving you a butterfly wing, human lung, whale lung, and a bat wing. Which diagram represents, now we're starting with the teams. Guys, the mindset is, just so that you know what we're doing, we're passing a question to the blue team. Blue, no? And red. We give the blue team first the question, and then the next question goes to the red team, and so on. And we'll be scoring them as we go along. At the end, we'll see who has won, who is the weakest link. Right. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this. If the blue team doesn't answer, whichever team, they don't answer their question, we pass it on to the other team as well. So we have that as well in our stuff. Remember, guys, you've got to pick up the mic while you're talking, right? Which diagram represents a terrestrial animal? You've got to listen carefully to this question. I put that word there. It was not in the question. I put it in deliberately. That's a terrestrial animal with a structure that is homologous to the structure in diagram 4. What is diagram 4? Diagram 4 is a bat wing. Now, so it can't be 4 because we're talking about 4. We need from 1, 2, and 3 a terrestrial organism a terrestrial organism that is homologous to diagram 4? Quickly.
It's diagram 2, the human limb.
Diagram 2, the human limb, and that is correct, so you get 1 point. We can also say 3 in this case here, but why can't we say 3 in this particular case?
It's because terrestrial animals are animals that live on land.
There you go. Hey, I should give you a bonus point for that one there. Somewhere along the line, we're going to skip your points. Okay, so you got 1 point. You better keep it somewhere. All right, so it can't be 3 because we asked for a terrestrial animal and not any one of them. So you be careful there. The whale is not a terrestrial animal. What information, Team Red, we're going to win. What information do homologous structures provide about evolution? What does homologous structures tell us about evolution?
They provide information that species with similar structures, they evolve from common ancestors.
Excellent. They're talking about common ancestry. Hey, they can see
Yeah,
it.
no.
Vugile.
They were just acting. You know.
Yeah,
Now it's the real
They were
deal.
acting. Now the real thing has come out. Okay. So scientists are suggesting that homologous structures show that because they're similar structures, they show that two organisms have developed from a common ancestor. Now, I need to clear up something that we spoke about in a previous show when I was doing evolution. I discussed homologous structures, I discussed analogous structures, and I discussed vestigial structures. Homologous, CAPS only prescribes homologous structures, not analogous, not vestigial. I added analogous and vestigial to provide a comparison so that you can understand the difference. Analogous structures do not support evolution because they are different structures. For example, in this particular case, that would be the bat wing and the butterfly wing. They're both wings. They both serve the same function. But if you look at the structure, they are different. This one has bones, this one has membranes. So this suggests that they do not have a common ancestor. But you do not have to know analogous structures, neither do you have to know vestigial structures. So remember that you only worry about homologous structures. And while you're worried about that, don't confuse homologous structures with homologous chromosomes in meiosis. Good, so far we are even, right? So it's easy to keep score. All right, so that was done there. By the way, that section dealt with evidence for evolution. That is what evolutionists use to say that evolution has taken place. They proved that by showing homologous structures. There are other evidences that you must study. I'm not going to go into all of that now. We took a sample of a question. The graph below shows the results of an experiment done to investigate the average time that fruit flies can survive without food. It's called starvation resistance. The average starvation resistance time is when 80% of the population has died out. The researcher placed 5,000 fruit fly offspring from the same generation in a large container without food, and they recorded it. The eggs, blah, 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 the average starvation resistance was recorded and repeated until the 8th generation. Identify the dependent variable in this investigation. Blues.
Fly.
Right?
The fruit fly.
Fruit fly. No.
Starvation of the fruit, the starvation.
The starvation resistance is correct. So our red team is 1 up now because the fruit flies are the independent variable. You changing them. In fact, they're not even an independent variable. It's the amount of food would be the independent variable. Remember, the fruit fly is what we're investigating. But what are we investigating? About the food, isn't it? We're changing. What are we changing? We're changing the food. And if we're changing the food, that means that's the independent variable. And when we change the food, some will survive and some won't survive. And that tells us about their resistance. That we can't control. So that is the dependent variable. And guys, remember, although your answer is incorrect, you're not going to die because of that. The most important thing about that is everybody out there is going to learn from your mistake. So although you're not getting a point, you're getting your point across. All right. Okay, state 2 factors that should have been kept constant during this investigation. Because the question was asked first to you, and it was your question, now it's their turn. Red team.
The factors that should be kept constant is the environment
The environment must be kept constant.
and
Good.
the type of species used.
The
The
type
fruit
of
flies.
fruit flies used, you gave us 2, and there's obviously more than that. We can talk about the temperature, the flies that must be the same generation or the age, the flies of the same species, there's your 1. Same amount of food given, number of eggs used, and the environment there would be that story that you're giving. The environment would be covered in temperature. But remember, you must be more specific. But you get the 1 out of 2 there. Good. We move to another question now, or the same question, sorry. Now they're giving you the results. All right? In the first 8 generation there. So look at what has happened. Over generations, something has happened, and you can see it clearly. Da, 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 da. Okay, so if we drew a line graph, it would look something like that. Okay? Are we happy with that? Good? Long question. In terms of natural selection, explain why the average starvation resistance time of the fruit flies is different in each generation. Less, more, most. Why? In terms of anybody?
Natural selection is about adapting to your environment.
I will
in
kick
which
you hard. Don't use that word.
Okay.
Adapting.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So the first lot of flies went. What's this?
First, what must you say in natural selection? First thing, there is
Large variety.
Yeah.
variety. Okay. So in this particular cycle, there were some that had higher resistance and some that had lower resistance. I carry on now.
Yeah. And so as they died out, or some,
Which ones will die out?
the ones that are less
Less resistant.
yes, sir.
And
then the ones that are more will survive.
And what
in
will they
which,
do?
In which they will not adapt.
no, they can't adapt. They
Yeah.
either are or not, right?
Yes.
But what can they do if they survive?
They will-
Come, you like that one?
They will utilize the one that
No.
They would put
Help them.
Reproduce.
That's, you see, I know you only think about reproduction. I catch you. I know how to catch you guys. So they will reproduce,
is
right? And therefore, over time, there will be more that are resistant and less that are not resistant. Now, before we answer this question, mindsetters, just to remind you, we had some words that we needed to remember. We must start with variety or variation. We must go towards competition and not adaptation but suitability. Remember, when we talk about suitability, it means that some have it and some don't have it. They don't adapt. Adapt means they became like that. And that is Lamarck. That's what Lamarck said. Okay? Suitability and then survival. And with survival goes reproduction and what else? And this is known as natural selection. And this over several generations. This is what we need to include in the answer. But we can't write those words and expect all the marks. It's not going to happen. You need to contextualize it. So first of all, we said, and here's where your answer is coming, there's a genetic variation in a fruit fly population. Some had longer starvation. You must specify. When you're saying variation, you must specify what is that variation. Some can survive longer and others not. So you dealt with first bullet. When there was no food, there was competition for that. So the fruit flies with shorter starvation resistance did not survive. So they were not
Suitability.
suitable.
Yes.
While the ones with longer starvation resistance with time survived. Why? Because they were more suitable and they survived and therefore they could reproduce with longer resistance time. Genes for the favorable trait were passed on to subsequent generations. We must also talk about that. Genes are passed on, not characteristic. The gene for the characteristic is passed on. Are we okay with it, guys?
Yes.
So can you see that with any natural selection question, if you take this and adapt it to the situation, you'll be fine. Are we happy, guys?
Yes.
Anybody has a problem? I love this. I love this. I love this. This is getting... Right, so that's... Remember, there's another section in the first part of evolution, and that is speciation. We haven't discussed it. We haven't put a question there. But speciation, and the only one you must know is speciation by geographical isolation, or books may also, older books will call it allopatric speciation. Sympatric speciation is not prescribed for the syllabus. You must only concentrate on allopathic, where there's a barrier. All right? Okay. Now, we're going to genetics and we're going for the kill first. We're not going to go to the simple ones. We're going straight to the heavy ones. Right? They're telling you about blood groups. I'm not going to read the whole stories there. The blood groups of individuals, WX, are not indicated there, right? Okay? They're telling you that this is blood group O, B, A, O. This guy, they don't know. That guy, they don't know. Which one from here, group red, nah? Group blue, sorry. Which one can we definitely say what the genotype is? Is it O, is it A, B, or O? Which one can we say definitely this is the genotype without hesitation? And what is the genotype?
I think it will be blood group O. It will be blood group O.
It will be blood group O. And what is the genotype for blood group O?
It's
How do we write the genotype? If we're working out the problem.
It's recessive.
So therefore it will be two
I.
small
eyes.
eyes. Because it's recessive, good word you use, because it's recessive, it can only exist in the homozygous condition. So that's guaranteed. And once we got that, we will know that this individual must have one small eye, isn't it? Because it's getting it from the mother. And this one too must also get one small eye. Are we all clear with that one?
Yes.
Are we answering the question yet? No.
No.
We're doing homework.
Homework.
Whenever you do genetics, you do homework first, because that's going to help you. We still don't know what is W, and we don't know what is X. But we know that that is two small eyes. So what does that tell you about X? It has to have one small eye. All right? Are we all clear?
Yes.
And what, can we say that this one had to have one small eye?
No.
No, we can't say that. What can we say that it had to have?
AB.
It is
It had to
heterozygous
have
A and B.
B
And
and A. So already gave you the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Because why A there and B there? All right? Are we happy, guys?
Yes.
Can you see how you can do the homework?
Yes.
And this is how you're going to solve pedigree problems. Write down all the possible genotypes for the individuals W and X. I can't ask you because we've done it already.
Yes.
Okay? Let's just open it up for the mindsetters. Now remember, you don't write A, B like that. You have to write it like this. W is IA, IB. That's how you write for AB. And for A, it's either IA, small I, or it can be IA. But in this case, it had to be that one there. Okay? Why we got so many by L or by X? All right, we come to X's now. Okay, let's go to X again now. X, this child is O. So X could have been O also, isn't it? Because that and that will give you this. X could also be A, but it had to be heterozygous A to give that one small I. Or it could have also been B, but heterozygous to give that one I. Are you catching that?
Yes.
All right, so that covers us on the blood group. I'm not going to waste time with the rest. What is the probability or chance that they will have a child who, oh, sorry, where the hell am I? All right. A rare form of rickets in humans is caused by a sex-linked dominant alien. Listen very carefully. Number one, clue one, sex-linked. Clue two, dominant alien, R, which is carried on the X chromosome. An unaffected female, married and affected male. Okay? So unaffected, in this case, team red, na? What will be the genotype of this unaffected female? Remember, you've got to use either capital R or small r. Two small r's, isn't it?
Yes.
Because this is dominant.
Dominant.
But we can't just write it like that. Because she's a female, we have to write it X small r, X small r. Are we clear with it, guys?
Yes.
Both of you guys. Right. And the male is affected. So he is X, Y. It's easy. What must we put by the X?
Capital letter R.
Capital R. Do we put anything on the Y? No. No, because no gene is carried on the Y. Y is too small to carry any genes. Are we clear with that one?
Yes.
So this is what we do only when we're dealing with sex-linked genes. We use X and Y with superscript for the letters. What is the probability that these two now will have a child who will be an affected female? 50%? Remember, she's getting this R from the father. And remember that this is dominant. What do you say? 50 also?
25.
25. You're both wrong, right? Okay? You're right,
Yeah,
but in a
right.
way, right? 50%, okay? X are there. In fact, I'm thinking this is wrong.
It's right.
I just want to work something out quickly in my head. X R. See, the father can only give capital R.
Yes.
And it's dominant. So then, the daughters, where do they get the X from, the daughters? One from the father and one from the mother. Right. So from the mother, they're going to get the small R. Hey, don't move around. They're going to get a small R, isn't it?
Yes, 50%.
But from the father, they can only get.
Capital R.
So that means
5% chance no.
because it's dominant. Look at their children. Their children will all be XR,
Yes.
XR.
Yes.
So they're all going to be that way. He doesn't have a small r. So he's only giving the capital R. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Right, so that's wrong. So it's 100%. What is the probability chance that they will have a child who will be an unaffected male? Now,
Zero.
male is slightly different, right? Because
It's
the
100
male is getting the X from who?
from the mother.
From the mother. Because if the male gets the X from the father, then he's not a male, isn't he? Right? So it's a female. So XR is getting from the mother, and he gets the Y. Right?
Yes.
So
It's 0.
what did they ask for? Unaffected. And the answer is
100%.
100%.
100% as well. Here it's saying 0, they're talking crap. It's 100%, right? Should be, I missed out the thing there, 100%. Are we happy there?
Yes.
Explain why this disorder, although it is sex-linked, does not affect males only.
Because it is found on, it is a dominant. found in-
Dominant, that's all, stop there. Because it's dominant.
dominant
If
and
it was
found in the X
recessive,
chromosome.
then it affects males quicker. Okay?
Yes.
Good? Dominant can affect both there. Good. Excellent. Anytime.
Yes. Mindset is, I'm going to take a break. Before we do, don't forget the Get Connected competition. All the information is on our Facebook page. You need to go to Curio, you pick your favorite teacher, you go back to our Facebook page, you choose the link with your favorite teacher's name, click on that link, you like your favorite teacher's picture, and then you go back to the competition graphic. You share that. All the people who've shared the competition graphic will stand a chance to win Vodacom airtime, and then all the people who've liked the teacher with the most likes will stand a chance to win a Sony Xperia R. With that said, let's take a very quick break, and we'll see you straight after this. Hello, Mindseters. Welcome back. Aslam is just doing my job for me right now. That's why he's here. Thank
I
you,
just
Aslam.
wanted to stand next to you. I mean,
No.
come on, don't be like that,
No,
Looney.
it's fine. You're my homie. You're my peoples. Mindseters, so I was asking the guys in the studio what the score is, and there was like a big debate for one, whatever. So I'm keeping score now, and I'm saying that the blue team, no, is it the blue? You.
The red team.
You, the
Yeah,
red
2.
has 2, and the blue has 1. So you
So
guys.
it's close still.
It's close.
Anybody can win, eh?
No cheating here. Don't be coming with your 4-1.
Don't
I know
chance
you
it.
guys want to win, but yeah. So it's 2-1. You guys must up your game now. No, you're gonna win. Don't worry. Don't be giving me looks now like, Looney, what the
Right.
hell are you talking about?
Sharp Looney,
Yeah.
thank you. Guys, you have this. This is also posted, am I right?
Yes.
The question is posted there, so I'm not going to read all of this because it takes a lot of time, okay? We're going to talk about, explain the term genetic engineering. Where were you? There by you. Who do you give? Or give you chance first? Or them?
Them.
Oh, you're clever. You're giving them a
Ladies
point.
first.
Oh, that's fine. Genetic engineering. What is genetic engineering? Very quickly, guys.
It's a process in which foods are genetically made, processed.
Foods that
Foods are genetically processed.
you want to help them? No? Genetic engineering is any process that interferes with the genes to either make something new or modify something that's already existing. Right? So remember, it's not just production of food, because production of food, we can produce food without genetic engineering. Okay? Guys, I hope you realize that. Right? There's the story there, whereby the genes or the DNA are changed, transferred, or manipulated. So we're not going into details of the story. It can either be to produce more things or to modify existing things as well. All right? Good. State 2 possible advantages of hemophiliacs using this engineered factor 8 rather than a natural product which is purified from human blood. You had to read the passage to answer this question. Anybody want to go with this answer? Hey?
We
Slack,
didn't read
eh?
the passage.
Right? You should have read it. We gave you the time to read the passage. Okay. Firstly, like I said, I'm not going back to the passage because we're fighting against time at the moment. So first of all, because the new product is genetically engineered, we can make it available in large quantities. Secondly, it can be cheaper, but this is debatable. Sometimes it becomes more expensive when people monopolize it. Remember, when companies monopolize it, it can become more expensive. More importantly, it will be readily available throughout the year. You don't have to wait for people to come through to get their blood and so on to donate blood. Because remember, if we depending on the natural, then the people have to donate blood. If they don't donate blood, you're screwed. Okay, good. That was all of genetics. That's why I'm moving from there and I want to go to meiosis now. So we are back to who now? We are back to you. Okay, so score still stays the same, huh?
Yes.
Nobody got anything. All right, diagram below represents the process taking place during meiosis. Right, there's a process taking place there. They say labels parts A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to start with you. You're going to give me A, they're going to give me B, C, and D. So you have equal chances of scoring in this one here. And I'd like to do it on the diagram. So give me A first.
It's a chromosome.
Chromosome. Okay, you can add a point there for them. Chromosome. B,
Centromere.
centromere. You can add a point for them. C, chromatid. Good. Good. Dilata. One thing. Came to the party. And D,
Chiasma.
chiasma. Who gave that? Hey, you guys are amatimol. You guys are causing problems here. Chiasma.
Chiasma.
Excellent. So they are equal now, but one is still ahead by 1 point.
Yes.
Yeah? Right. So those are the labels. I don't have to open that up for you guys. That's an easy. You must know those labels. Remember, other labels they can ask you is for the cell membrane, spindle fiber, etc. Name the process in meiosis. That is where we start. We stop A, B, C, D. So it's your turn. Name the process in meiosis that is illustrated here. Remember, they're asking for process, not phase. So
Yes.
what process is showing here?
Crossing over.
Crossing over. Excellent. They get a point. Hey, they know the section. At least they're going to score. State one importance of crossing over.
It brings
It brings about variation.
variation.
Excellent. That's all. Remember here, because the question said state one importance, you just have to say it brings about variety. But if it say explain the significance, then you would say crossing over allows for the exchange of genetic material which brings about variety. Notice the difference between state and explain. Good. During which phase of meiosis does this thing happen now?
It's meiosis one.
Prophase
One.
1. Exactly. If you just say prophase, can we give you the mark?
No.
No. So prophase 1. Luni, you keeping up with him?
Yes.
Good. Ah, these guys shame. I feel sorry for them.
We gonna win.
They go win, they got a
They
big
gonna win.
10 luck is against them. Explain how problems during meiosis can result in Down syndrome. If you give me the gist, I'll give you the point. You don't have to go into full detail. Just give me the gist quickly. When will problems take place? What happens? How we get Down syndrome?
When there's disjunction.
There's non-disjunction. What does that mean?
That the pair of the bivalent did not separate
When? In which phase?
in metaphase 1.
Or rather, actually, help him, guys. When the separation take place? Which phase is that?
This-
It will be anaphase, okay? We give them the point though. They gave us the most important points. Okay, I'm going to show you in detail now, if this was a 7-mark question, how you would have answered it. It would be unfair because the others were stiff. First of all, the homologous chromosome, and you must, because it's Down syndrome, you must mention the number of the chromosome. Pair number 21. Homologous chromosome pair number 21 does not separate or non-disjunction occurs. Okay? During anaphase, it can happen anaphase 1 or anaphase 2, resulting in one gamete having one extra chromosome and another having one less. Because of this, if this gamete, if the other gamete that has the extra chromosome fuses with a gamete that has the normal, then the resultant zygote would have an extra chromosome number 21. Can you see the logical way in which we set our answer up? Please, in the exams, you need to say it like that. Remember, this is relevant for paper 1 and paper 2. Good, are we happy then? Guys,
Yes.
mind setters? Okay, they said you're ready. Okay. Sharp. We move on, and I'm happy we are. We're moving to protein synthesis. Identify nucleic acid B. Now look at this thing carefully, where we by you guys, right?
Yes.
All right. So there's something happening there. There's something marked off there. They want to know this guy here that's moving out of there and onto there. What is that one?
It's RNA.
Yeah, but which? All right, it's RNA, but you get the point. But which RNA?
It's
Is it T or M?
mRNA.
mRNA, because it came from the nucleus and it's going onto the ribosome. Okay, be careful with that one. And the transfer RNA, they have this unique shape. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there we go. We got that one. Good. A messenger RNA. Give one visible reason why this is messenger RNA or RNA. One is it's a single strand. Okay, so they get the point, Looney, because we only needed one. It also has, if you look
Uracil.
carefully, it has uracil instead of thymine. Also, it is forming in the nucleus and it is attached to the ribosome. And lastly, but not least, it is a single strand. Name the monomers of proteins.
Monomers.
What is a monomer?
Building blocks.
Right, so what makes proteins in other words? Come, that was the easiest question. Hey, these guys are going to win. These guys are going to win. Eh? Right, help them quickly. Monomers.
Amino acids.
Amino acids, excellent. Eh? The guy was right. Go win.
Koshulika.
Amino acids, give them the point. Oh, they two up on you now, you're in trouble. Write the base triplet. This is an easy one. But I'm going to write the words big for you just so you can see. Write the base triplet in nucleic acid D, in D, for anticodon E. Okay? This is anticodon E. Hello? This is anticodon E. And the letters are GUA. What is the DNA? D was the DNA. This is the DNA, right?
Yes.
What would be the DNA equivalent for that?
It will be adenine.
Remember, you're starting here.
No.
This
Yes.
is GUA. Right? Go for it. G.
C.
C.
No, sir.
Quickly. You got
A.
1 second. A and
T.
T. That correct? That's correct. You get the mark, right? Good. You get the mark. It doesn't mean much. Which stage of protein synthesis takes place at C? Guys, where's C? Let's see where's C. C is here.
Translation.
At the structure. Which stage? What's the name? Translation. Excellent. We go win. We go win. Right. Ah, shame. Now it's your turn. So equal. God is great. Name and describe the stage of protein synthesis that takes place at F. F is here in this area here,
A.
right? So name it first.
It's transcription.
Transcription. And describe what happens quickly for me.
The DNA molecule unwounds.
Right?
Then the free nucleotides inside the nucleus.
What nucleotides? What? Which one?
mRNA.
Right?
mRNA nucleotides then coat themselves on
Right.
the DNA strand, then move out of the
All right.
nucleus.
He got the point there. He got the point there. Right?
deserves
Good.
2, but
Very good.
it's fine.
Double strand unzips, hydrogen bonds break, one strand is a template to form messenger RNA using base pairing. using free RNA nucleotides from the nucleoplasm. Messenger RNA is complementary to the DNA. mRNA now has a coded message for protein synthesis and leaves the nucleus to attach to the ribosome. Excellent, you gave the full answer. Okay, now here, this is the essay question and we got here fortunately. Explain Mendel's law of segregation and the principle of complete, incomplete and codominance. Okay? Use the principle of complete and codominance to explain how blood groups are inherited. So we're going to start slowly. You're going to tell us first, this group, what is the law of segregation?
It's a law. It's Mendel's law that says a plant must it has 2 genes which
Yeah.
has to separate.
Okay, good enough for me. There are 2 alleles, not
Alleles.
genes. There are 2 alleles for every characteristic, and they separate into different gametes. And complete dominance?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
It's where we have 2 alleles and one is dominant over one. And
One is dominant and masks or shadows the other one. Incomplete, neither are dominant, and therefore the offspring is equal. Okay? We can't go right through this, guys. You needed to talk about how the blood group A, B, and that, and we did it there. And with that, I give to Looney.
Alright, guys, quickly, shout out. Fast.
Shout out to Miss Gang, my loved one.
Sharp,
and
eh?
family.
And to my family and friends in Mpumalanga and Gauteng.
To my family and friends.
Use the mic.
To the Mitch gang and family.
Yeah,
and
my
no one
Miss
else.
gang.
to my family and darkroom members.
Miss Gang and my girl.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
It's
God.
fine.
My
Thank
God.
you. We're gonna win.
So I
And
think
they did
he gonna
win.
win
Yes,
for his
they
girl.
did win. They did
He
win.
gonna
Well
win
done,
for his
guys.
girl. So they won.
Yes, they won.
Good. Good.
Well done,
It's ladies
guys.
first, so we let the ladies win.
Oh wow! Thank
that's
you
not
so
what you
much.
said in the
No,
start.
no, fine, guys, fine.
Right.
Show's over. Show's
Looney
over.
now.
Mindsetters, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, goodbye from us.